Welcome back to another episode of the NASCAR 25 Career Mode. We are coming off the back of a bit of a controversial third place finish last time out in Watkins Glen, where we ended up spinning Zachary Tinkle. It brought out a yellow that kind of messed up the strategy. And that's what kind of led to us restarting in the fourth spot, being able to make our way back up late in the race. But we're getting set here for Richmond. As you can see, also last episode, though, we were able to get the goal for the new sponsorship, so Holly will be on the car this week. You'll see we actually will not really change up the paint scheme for it. We are going to be able to afford, with our work points, to fully repair the car following Watkins Glen. As you'll see now, we'll sign Holly to our sponsorship and take the goal of a top 10. So heading into Richmond for me has never really been a great track on the NASCAR games. We'll also take a quick look at the point standings. We currently sit 9th as we have passed Tyler Reif, who's been very quick this season but hasn't been able to get consistent results. William Sawalich leads the way. As we'll also just take a look through the office real quick. But right before we get set to head into Richmond for the ARCA 200.
The atmosphere is electric as the engines roar to life and the drivers battle it out on the iconic Richmond racing. From thrilling side-by-side racing to heart-pounding finishes, this phenomenon can deliver non-stop excitement each and every lap. The cars are out on the track practicing for this weekend's race.
Pull them belts tight and let's get out there.
So we'll head out now for practice here from Richmond. Like I said, usually not a great track for me on any of the NASCAR games. The only one I kind of did well on at Richmond was 21 Ignition. As you can see, a big slide off of turn 4. We will hit the goal. We'll run a 23.811. And the goal was a 24.239. William Sawalich goes to the top. Brendan Queen in second. Will come home third here in practice. Lawless Allen, Tyler Reif round out the top 5. Staropoli, Scott, Robusto, Keller, and Jankowiak, the top 10.
Welcome to qualifying. Your drivers leave it all out on the track for a shot at pole position.
Qualifying, here we go. Let us know what you want.
So the goal here for qualifying, again, is the top 10, as we'll head out for our 2 laps. We'll come out at turn 4 to complete our second lap. It will be a 23.8. Good enough for 7th, which is good enough to beat our goal. As William Sawalich grabs the pole over Brendan Queen, Tyler Reif in 3rd, LeVar Scott 4th, and Lawless Allen rounds out the top 5. Robusto, myself, Staropoli, Keller, and Jankowiak, the top 10.
Let's go trackside now for the command to start this ARCA Menard Series race. Drivers, start your engines!
Time to go now. Fire it up.
So here we go now, 50 laps from Richmond, about to get underway. Sawalich and Queen lead us down. Green flag is in the air. Not a great shift through first gear for us. We're going to lose the spot to Staropoli. We're going to lose the spot to Jankowiak. Here comes Raz now looking around our outside. We'll get pinched in, or kind of stuck behind Jankowiak. Maybe give him a little bit of a bump coming off of turn number 2. Straight away now into 3 and 4. Jankowiak goes to the top, so we'll look back up his inside, move up into the 8th spot. Next in line, Isabella Robusto here, as we'll head down into turn 1 once again here on lap number 2. Up the inside of the 55 car for Venturini Motorsports, Staropoli. Also a Venturini car went up the track. We'll get up his inside and clear for the 6th spot here on lap number 2. Can see the outside really not working the way people thought it or wanted it to. Brendan Queen down to 5th after starting in the 2nd spot. We'll look to close in on him down into turn 1, right on the back bumper of the 28. He'll dive it in a little deeper though. We got a good run through the middle of the corner. Looking low on the Pinnacle Racing Group number 28 down the back straightaway. We'll look up the inside into 3 and 4. Force him to give us a little bit of space now through the corner. Come off of, or exit turn 4, door to door with the number 28. Now heading down into turn 1. Can we clear Queen? He fights back on the entry of 1 and 2, but we will clear him off of turn number 2. Big slide, though, coming off the corner. That'll actually help us look to the inside of LeVar Scott. We're getting aggressive early, trying to take advantage of the speed we have right now, as we'll look up the inside, clear LeVar Scott off of turn 4. So we'll go up into the 4th position now, heading into 1 and 2. Right on the back bumper here, trying to roll through the corner, trying to get off of turn 2 well, trying to look to close the gap to Lawless Allen. We're right on his bumper through 3 and 4, but he gets a good run through the middle of the corner. So we'll come across the line now. Looking up the inside, looking side by side for Allen. He's going to cut our nose off. He gets a good run into the corner. We've been really good on the exit of 2, as I say that, a huge slide. As well as the entry to 3, as there's contact with Allen. That's going to send us sideways. Lawless able to hold on to it. We're able to hold on to it, but now that puts us under pressure from Brendan Queen now, looking up the inside into turn 1. So we'll have to try to run a higher line. Really arced or diamond the corner. A big slide off the corner, or off of turn number 2. We made a little bit of contact with Brendan Queen. Luckily not gonna really affect either of us. We run way wide through 3 and 4. Queen able to make the move to get back up into the 4th spot. But we had a huge run off of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. We'll look up the inside of Queen through 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2, a good corner will clear Brendan Queen down the back straightaway. So we head off into 3 and 4 once again. Now the goal is to try to run back in Lawless Allen. We made the slight bit of contact with him earlier that cost us the spot to Queen. We'll look to try and do it without contact this time. Close right back in on the Venturini Motorsports number 20. Not a bad exit that time. We've closed the gap again to Allen. This time we're going to send a dive into 3 and 4. Really trying not to risk getting into his bumper, as we'll take the spot off of turn number 4, move us up into the 3rd spot. Next in line, Tyler Reif, who we just passed in points following Watkins Glen. See if we can get back around that get around that 23 car. Another big slide off of turn 2. We've really struggled to keep it straight off of turn 2. It's been very slippery. So we come off of turn number 4 once again to complete lap number 10 on to 11:40 laps to go here from Richmond. Head off into 1 and 2. We've closed the gap just a bit on Tyler Reif that last lap. Ed Pompa now going a lap down. That'll help us a bit, as Reif has to really pinch off his exit to turn 2. We'll clear Pompa into 3 and 4. Really close the gap on the 23 car. So Reif able to get a good exit. You can see lap traffic side by side just up ahead of him. He's going to get checked up a bit. That's Cletus McFarland and I believe Blake Lothian. No, sorry, Presley Sora, who were side by side up ahead. And you can see lap traffic fighting hard. We got a great exit off of turn 2. And Reif got held up behind Jackson McLaren. We'll make the move for 2nd, but we'll wash up the track trying to get around Nate Moeller, now side by side with a 0 down the front straightaway. We'll make that move work. Next in line is Sawalich for the race lead. We want to pick up another win this season. We'll go up the inside of EJ Tomeo. A good exit here. Off of turn number 2. Can we run down the Joe Gibbs Racing number 18? A really good entry to 3 and 4 for us. And a solid run through the corner. That's where we really struggled. But a big slide on exit. That's going to allow Sawalich to pull the gap a little bit, but he's going to get caught up in lap traffic once again. We'll close the gap in 1 and 2. He runs the bottom with lap cars in front of him. Off of turn number 2, a big slide as we're looking for the lead. We had it for a second, but caught the back of Blake Lothian, and that held us up. But we're going to go 3 wide around the outside of Caleb Coster and Lothian. We'll take the lead here out of turn number 4. Sawalich up the inside of Lothian now. He'll clear the lap traffic. But we lead here at Richmond on lap 15. So we'll go through 1 and 2 again. Around the outside of Hunter Wright. Put him a lap down. Next in line, David Smith in the 31st spot. And that's Brayton Laster just up ahead of him. As another slide, though, out of turn 4. Cars really starting to break loose on the exit of these corners. We'll look up the inside of Laster, nearly into the inside wall, actually clipping the apron. I didn't want to get into the side of the 06, maybe bring out a yellow if I did. But we'll make the move work on him, and that's going to hold up Sawalich a little bit. We'll clip the apron again, though, into 3 and 4. Really not a track you should be hitting the apron in. But we'll get a good exit to the corner. Look up the inside of Jake Bowman, get by him, put him a lap down. As we'll come off of turn 2, another slide though out of the corner. We'll head off into 3 and 4. Brad Smith, the next car in line, and I believe that's Rita Goulet just up ahead. As we're nearly into the wall, actually just scraping it with the right rear corner panel down the front straightaway. Really starting to fight looseness here as the run goes on. We'll go to the outside of Brad Smith. Another big slide. We'll actually catch the wall down the back straightaway. And you can see just how much those tires are starting to wear. It's the fuel window coming, or starts getting closer and closer for pit stops. We'll get up the inside of Goulet, put her a lap down now. Sawalich, though, makes quick work of both lap cars. He is still right on our back bumper as we have a huge slide off of turn number 2. Able to save it as we'll head down into 3 and 4 once again. You can see we're keeping a close eye on our tire wear and our fuel usage here as we'll come to lap number 20. 31 laps to go. We want to make it past halfway if possible, to only make 1 pit stop here in Richmond. So we'll come off of turn number 2, look to the inside to put Ryan Roulette a lap down. We'll get by the 67 car through 3 and 4. Next in line, Takuma Koga running in the 25th spot. So we'll get right up to the back bumper of the 12 car, move to the inside. Heading through 1 and 2. Next in line, Michael Maples in the 99 car. Maples in 24th. We'll get up his inside, make that move. You can see Sawalich behind us making moves on lap cars as well. Slide up in front of Maples. Next in line, Amber Balkin. We had our fair share of run-ins with her early in the season. We'll look nearly 3 wide for a second into 1 and 2 with Ed Pompa going another lap down. Get by both of them. Next in line, Cletus McFarland, as he'll go another lap down. Jackson McLaren just up ahead in the 38th spot as we're coming up to lap number 23. Tyler Reif has actually gotten around William Sawalich for the 2nd spot. Reif looking for another win this season. We're being called to the pits this time. We'll fill it up with fuel. We're actually going to make a couple of adjustments, I believe, here on the tire pressures. We will go up on the right side pressures.
Bring it in, pit this time.
So we'll head through 1 and exit turn number 2 once again now. Difficult pit lane to get into here at Richmond as we'll slow it down, try to get down onto the apron, really slow it down, and we're going to speed into the pits. I had no idea where the pit entry line was here at Richmond. So for the second actually really the third time this year, we've had an issue entering pit road, and it's going to cost us because we're going to have to make a drive-through, and here at Richmond, with it being such a short lap, we're most likely going to lose an extra lap. We'll make the 4 tires and fuel stop right now. It's just, I've really struggled with entering the pits on this game, because you want to get the most out of it. And actually, it's really the 4th time we've had an issue entering pit road, because if you remember back to Richmond at the start of the season, we were really slow entering. We spun on pit exit there. It's just, pit road has been my Achilles heel, to say the least. We're going to come back to the pits this time to serve the drive-thru, and this time actually get the car slowed down. It's just unfortunate, to say the least. I feel like this was a huge shot at us taking home another win this season, our 3rd of the year, with our wins at Lime Rock and IRP. Really felt like this was the race where we could bounce back. Obviously, the last 2 races, 2 3rd places, and the win at IRP, we had been having a great stretch of races. But I've just put myself on the back foot. We'll look up the inside of Caleb Costner now, take over the 26th spot. Cole Raz, now the race leader, will come out of turn number 4, try to pick up all the spots from guys who we were lapping at, or in the early stages of this race. We're past halfway, so that should mean we'll be good to make it on fuel. Obviously, we pitted a little bit before halfway. We'll go around the outside of Blake Lothian and Brayton Laster. Both cars coming to the pits. Next in line is Jake Bowman. So we'll get by some more cars in the pits. We'll go up the inside of Bowman. We'll be back into the 14th spot, actually. So we'll head through turns 1 and 2 here on lap 27. Up to the inside of Rita Goulet. We'll get back by her. As now, once again, we'll start trying to make up positions on guys in the pits. We'll get past Cole Raz, who was the leader, just a couple laps to go. Tyler Reif now takes over the lead again after his pit stop. We end the pit cycle in the 12th spot. Actually, the cycle's not complete. There's still a couple cars in the pit lane, but we're currently in the 12th spot. Not exactly what we wanted. We really, like I said, I felt like I had a car that could easily win this race. We had taken the lead from Sawallich, hadn't given it up since we took the lead. But now it's just damage limitation. Honestly, coming out in 12th with speeding and the drive-through, that's not terrible for us now. As we'll come through 1 and 2. Next car in line is Tanner Reif. So we'll head down into 1 and 2. Trying to gain on the number 13 car out of turn number 4. Reif now looking side by side with Presley Sora to go, or who's a lap car. We come to 20 laps to go. It'll be 19 to go for Tyler Reif now. As we look to run in Tyler's brother, Tanner Reif, we're right to, actually nearly looking to the outside of the 13 car through 1 and 2, or sorry, 3 and 4. We'll close the gap on the 13. He's going to get held up behind Amber Balkin, running in the 24 spot. We'll go up the inside, easily clear the 13. Next car in line, Jake Finch, as he's working his way through lap traffic. That's EJ Tomeo going a lap down, or another lap down. So we'll close the gap once again to the 25 car through 3 and 4, trying to get a good run down the front straightaway. We'll look up the inside of Jake Finch heading into turn 1. Side by side, 3 wide actually there through 1 and 2. We'll get by Jake Finch, make that move up into the 10th spot. Now we see side by side up ahead, that's Costner and Moeller. We'll get stuck in behind the 93 of Caleb Costner. Get by Nate Moeller, and a good exit off the corner is going to allow us to get by Costner as well. So we'll head through 1 and 2, really trying to just lane search, see if there's anything we can do to help us run down Jankowiak and Robusto up ahead. We'll come down the front straightaway now, still trying to close the gap on the guys up ahead here. I've started running this second lane, really trying to see if it'll help us. And it's actually kind of been working. We'll close the gap now on Blake Lothian. Kind of overdrove entry that time though, so the second lane will not help. It's a good exit down the front straightaway. We'll go up the inside of Lothian now, get back by the number 51 car. Onto right just up ahead, we'll get by him, Eric Johnson Jr. and Jake Bowman now side by side, both of them lap cars on us. We'll look up the inside of Bowman. You can see we are in heavy lap traffic, but just up ahead of it is that number 73 car. That's Andy Jankowiak now. 2 cars make that 1 ahead of us. Now he's directly ahead of us. Can we run down Andy J for that 9th spot? Meanwhile, William Sawalich has taken the lead away from Tyler Reif. Can Sawalich take another win this season? Keep adding to his points lead. So we'll come off at turn number 4. Jankowiak now looking to get up the inside of DL Wilson. We'll go 3 wide now. Getting past Jankowiak, getting past Wilson, the lap car. Jankowiak looking back up our inside, but he's not going to be able to rotate the corner quite like we did. As this race starting to wind down, 12 laps to go for William Sawalich. We'll look to the outside of Cletus McFarland, trying to get around the 30 car now. At a turn number 4, we'll clear him. Next in line, Jackson McLaren to go another lap down. We'll get by them. Now the goal is to run down Isabella Robusto for the 8th spot. Let's see if we'll be able to do that. 11 laps to go now for Sawalich. So we'll head off into 3 and 4 once again, really trying to just run that alternate line, not right down around the bottom. As we'll head down into 1 and 2 once again.
Outside now.
As we'll get by. That was Alex Clubb next in line. Rita Goulet, and just ahead of her is Isabella Robusto. 10 laps to go for us now. Sawalich heading into 3 and 4. We'll head down into turn 1. You can see, though, we've actually been quicker than William Sawalich, who's leading the race. Just stupid mistakes have really cost us this season. As actually Kyle Keller's going to get held up by Presley Sora. That's going to be 4 position for us. Get right up to the back bumper of the 71. Make the move now down the front straightaway. That'll put us up into the 8th spot. Next in line, Isabella Robusto here, as Sawalich will come to 8 laps to go. We've got 9. Make that 8.5 now as we'll head down the back straightaway. Look to the outside of Robusto through 3 and 4. Isabella trying to hold strong onto that 7th spot, but this car has really come alive late on in the running. We'll get by the 55 car now, heading into 1 and 2. Robusto, though, trying to fight back to our outside. She's not going to be able to rotate the corner, especially not with Brad Smith being on the outside. We're clear for the 7th spot. We'll look up the inside of EJ Tomeo, but one thing you can see, we're really close on fuel. So I will actually have to start saving towards the end of this one, and that's not ideal for us. But we'll come down the back straightaway. You can see really starting to lift and coast into the corner. Just trying to get it so we're technically a lap short on fuel based on the estimated fuel, but we know it's been, you get about an extra lap every time, so we've got to save about a lap of fuel. And it's not going to be easy to do, but if we can get it change just past the start finish line, we'll be alright. So you can see we're down to 3 laps of fuel in turn 4. It's calling for us into the pits, but I trust that I'll be able to save enough now as we'll head down into 1 and 2. in behind Zachary Tinkle, who we had that run-in with last week where we, in all reality, accidentally spun him around through the S's at Watkins Glen. We'll get up the inside of Costner.
Clear up top.
Now, normally I wouldn't expect Tinkle to really... normally you'd expect Tinkle to put up a fight. We actually really lift and coast, though, into 1 and 2. Really trying to save fuel. We don't want to have to make an extra pit stop.
Clear outside.
We'll clear Todd Souza, or not Todd Souza, sorry, Ed Pompa off of turn number 2. Souza just up ahead of us. This race starting to come to an end. 3 laps to go for William Sawalich.
Car outside.
So we'll now head down into 1 and 2, looking up the inside of Souza again through the corner. Side by side with Todd Souza. We'll make that move. Sawalich comes across the line. He'll hit 2 laps to go this time by. You can see we now get the message from our crew chief. Fuel is low. We are really cutting it close here at Richmond. Trying to save every last drop of fuel. We'll hit 2 laps to go. We're up into the 6th spot. I actually did not see when we made a move. I'm guessing somebody had to come down pit road. We got hung up on a lap car. It's the white flag now, though, for William Sawalich. We'll head into 3 and 4, get by Cletus McFarland.
High if you want it.
Yet again in this race, coming off of turn number 4. We'll take the white flag just as our fuel goes to 0 estimated laps. But I feel like we're good enough to just try and push to the end. If we run out, we're not going to lose any spots. Staropoli, the car up ahead of us. William Sawalich will take yet another win this season. We'll save just a little bit more heading into 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4.
Outside.
We're actually going to come across the line. We started sputtering, but it's going to be a 6th place finish, a bounce back. After speeding in the pits, William Sawalich takes the win over Lawless Allen. Brendan Queen in 3rd, LeVar Scott comes home 4th, and Patrick Staropoli in 5th. All end up 6th, Robusto 7th, Keller 8th, Jankowiak 9th, Finch in 10th, and I believe it was Tyler Reif that actually had to come down, was short on fuel. So that'll do it for this episode. Another mistake from me costing us a good result, but if you did enjoy this episode of the NASCAR 25 Career Mode, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video.